In this lesson, we will learn about the quick access bar that sits above your file and your home ribbon. This little set of tools right here. This is the most productive toolbar in all of Microsoft Word. So the first thing I want you to do is hit the drop down arrow on the end of that quick access toolbar and choose at the very bottom that says show below the ribbon. When you activate that, it now sits below the right next to your work area. Alright, now go ahead and hit the drop down arrow again and put the check mark on all of the items. I know it's frustrating, but the best thing is you only have to do this once. After you have added all the check marks on all of those, now what we are going to do is we are going to add more buttons that are on our home ribbon. Alright, and the reason we are going to do this, if for some reason I am on the layout ribbon adjusting my margins or whatever, and at a glance I want to know what font and size the word hello is on my screen here, well, I have to stop everything and need to go back to the home ribbon just to observe this information. Well, if we add that to our quick access bar, then it's gonna sit right here, be at a glance feedback all the time. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, if I right click on Calibri, I get cut, copy, paste. But if I click on drop down arrow of Calibri, I get the list of fonts. But if I right click again on the drop down arrow of Calibri, it says add to quick access toolbar. When I activate that, now I do have my font style on my quick access. Alright, going back to the home ribbon, I want to do the same thing to the font size. So I will click the drop down arrow once and it says add to quick access. Now the two little buttons beside it, the A up and the A down, it simply says font bigger and font smaller. We are gonna go ahead and add those buttons and the font color. Remember, these are always right clicks. Now, there is a little button over here. It's a little format painter. My favorite button in all of Microsoft Word. Go ahead and add to your quick access. Now, there is a way to customize this and rearrange them. So I'm gonna hit the drop down arrow one more time and way at the bottom we have more commands. So go ahead and activate more commands and you will notice on the right hand side this is my existing quick access bar and over on the left is a list of popular commands. But now I wanna move it up to the top, so further on the right hand side we have this little move up button. So I'm just going to hit that quite a few times and then the new file will be right up here. It is your personal preference. I prefer to have new file way up at the top. So I have new, open, save and undo and then rest of my buttons. Alright, at this point I'm gonna call that OK and notice what happened to my quick access. Just rearrange the way I like that. Now I have a wonderful little save as button here. Alright, set that up. It will be worth your while.
Hello, in
Thank you.
this lesson I want to talk about navigating through the document, and it's basically with the insertion point. If you will take a look right over here on the word hello, right at the very end I have a flashing line. That flashing line is called your insertion point. Wherever that is where you are about to type. Now floating right next to it moving around is a little capital letter I. That is your cursor placement tool. It's basically called the I-beam because it is shaped like the capital letter I of the English language. So I have an insertion point flashing beside the word hello. So I'm just gonna type student. Now to move my insertion point down a line, I'm going to hit the enter key on my keyboard and there it is. Now I can type a sentence and the insertion point is at the end of the sentence. I will hit my space bar and type another sentence, basically the same one. Now I want to move down, so I will hit my enter key, and so as you can see, that's how it works. Now if I hit my tab key on my keyboard, it says tab. You can tab over once and type a sentence. I can tab three more times and it jumps ahead by half-inch spaces where I can type a sentence. Now I'm gonna hit enter a couple of times to give it some space. Alright, now the I-beam that's on the center of my screen, I am moving around. There is a little trick with this thing. You can actually double click anywhere on the piece of paper. It will force your insertion point to go to that spot. So let's see, double click. There it is, right at center of the screen, and now I can type a sentence again. Now I can double click way over here on the right hand side of the screen and here I can type a sentence again. But I want you to pay attention to this little group called paragraph. When I click into this sentence, it is aligned left. Here, notice that this little paragraph button came on to tell me I am aligned left. Accordingly, now on this one in the center, cause I clicked in the center of the page, watch this button right here. It's about to light up. Now this one right down here, since I double click onto the right hand side, this third button is going to light up when I click onto this sentence. There you go. So it's just basically telling you, even though you double clicked on the paper, Microsoft Word is smart enough to know you want that right aligned or you want this one center aligned. Now you can of course force anything to go where you want it. You have full control over where your sentences land. Now you can move them around with the space bars, with the tabs like this. You can double click before you even start typing or even after you have typed it. You can move them around by pressing these buttons. Alright, so that is how you can navigate around the document. That is how you place text in different spots. You have a lot of control over this document. So there you go. Thank you.